You know, it's funny. We have one horrendous episode of TNG and then one great episode or a couple great episodes of Deep Space Nine, and it's like, I don't like TNG anymore. The Toy Story. I don't want to play with you anymore. It's not quite that bad, but it is kind of like, all right, is it going to be good?
Yeah. Not only did we have a good Deep Space Nine episode, but it had Q, it had Vosh, and the rest of the community didn't like it. I mean, hell has completely frozen over here.
Yeah, which makes us love it even more because we're contrarian. But yeah, it was great. And, you know, on the other side of it, though, Deep Space Nine, it's the shiny new toy. You know, it's like I want to invest in it, get into it. We'll get there. TNG, before that last one, before that huge hiccup there, what a run we were on. So hopefully we can get back to that, because I was thinking this in that first half, I was like, this season might end up rivaling, you know, season 4 with how many bangers there are. But then we had that. So we'll see. But, you know, season 4 had its misses as well. So
That's true. That's true. Not over yet.
oh, that's the Romulan logo, right?
Looks like looks like a medbay logo too. Oh my god. Wait. No.
Were you thinking Sela?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was too.
Computer lights. Computer, turn on the lights.
Oh, you know who that is?
It's Deanna Troi.
Yep.
And I recognize the voice. The subtitles did not spoil it.
Oh.
No one knows sounds like this.
I recognize with the facial features.
Computer. Okay. Liking the score.
There you go, Cliff Ball. I don't know if you'd...
You just give him the credit.
Yeah.
So she doesn't know what's going on. That's interesting.
That's good.
That's interesting.
That's good. All you need. Perfect.
It's a straight up Romulan. So at first I thought, is this Who Watches the Watchers of the Watchers? It's a sequel episode, but she's a Romulan. Those were Mentakans. So interesting. What could be happening? Okay. Literally.
You are aboard the Imperial Romulan warbird Kazara. I am Sub-Commander Nevek.
Warbird.
Was her memory erased?
I was attacked. I felt a hypo spray.
It was necessary. I could not be certain you would come voluntarily.
Oh, okay.
Bring our guest to the bridge.
Yes, Commander. Immediately. Please, we must hurry.
Shakar and Renee.
Your only chance to get off this ship alive is to do as I say. You are an empath. You would know if I am lying, am I?
No.
Then let us go see the Commander.
Jim, she's an empath.
Was that episode?
This woman is trying her hardest, man. All right, interesting setup here. Interesting premise.
I dig it. She wasn't even, like, kidnapped from the Enterprise. She was in a seminar. Probably a pay-to-play seminar.
Commander, may I present Major Rakal of the Tal Shiar. This is Commander Torith.
Pretty sure we've seen this person before.
Her?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think she was the one for Contagion, though.
And what exactly is the nature of this clandestine assignment?
I cannot reveal that.
Why not?
I am under orders.
And I don't know it.
How long have you been with intelligence?
Several months.
Just figures her out right away.
I must ask you to forgive me, Major, if I hesitate to accept your assurances that that cargo presents no danger to my crew. I intend to open those containers.
I mean, it seems fair, to be honest.
Why should we go to the Caleb sector? It's virtually deserted.
Because those are your orders.
She's still got that captain's blood in her.
She said, you told me I wasn't acting right? How about now?
The man acted dishonorably. He is a traitor.
He risked his life to get here. Spent 2 weeks alone in a scout ship.
Get a haircut, Worf?
Yeah. I don't like it.
Ensign de Sev. By order of Starfleet Command, I am placing you under arrest for treason.
What?
After Dr. Crusher declares you medically fit, you will be confined to your quarters until a court-martial can be convened.
What did bro go become a Romulan?
Find some civilian clothes. I don't want to see you in that uniform.
Yes, sir.
What a weird-ass point.
I have a message from Ambassador Spock. He said it involves further cowboy diplomacy. He said you would understand. The Romulans are very moral, Captain. They have an absolute certainty about what is right and what is wrong, who is a friend and who is an enemy.
Yeah, in their eyes.
As I've grown older, I realize that clarity of purpose is a more ambiguous matter than I had thought in my youth.
Riker, set a course for the Caleb sector. Warp factor 8.
Aye, aye, sir.
Interesting.
These are the cargo containers we brought on board earlier.
What's in it?
Dead bodies? No, they're alive.
You've given me the identity of a Tal Shiar officer. Is there a real Major Rakal?
There was. She was killed so that you could take her place.
Why me? You could have found a Romulan to play this role.
Yes, for the first part of the plan. But if anything goes wrong, we will need a Starfleet officer.
It does suck being a Romulan.
They took us completely by surprise. The Klingons managed to destroy half my squadron before we even opened fire.
Surprised Romulans eat.
Welcome to our table.
Commander.
I suggest you try the Venerine. It's quite
She
good.
has to, like, culturally act like a Romulan. A terrible situation to be in.
But you could at least try the Venerine.
I've smelled better Venerine on prison ships.
Oh.
Tell me, Major. Where did you train?
Oh, no.
The Academy.
Oh. So you must know Commander Consap.
I know of him.
I assume you studied military history with him.
Yes.
Tell me, Major.
I hate shit like this, dude.
Clearly, your father was a traitor.
He was just an idealistic old man. I never saw him again.
Would make no sense timeline-wise. What if her dad is the original defector?
Just aged her up.
Yeah.
To middle-aged Romulan. Oh, she got out of it. Whew.
Hey, that's some Glorious Bastards type dinner scene tension right there.
What is the configuration?
It appears to be a freighter, Commander.
Hail them.
Commander.
Got the thing here.
He's lying.
Well, you may proceed.
They have no intention of keeping their word.
Are you certain?
Yes.
Oh!
I beg forgiveness, Commander. But Major Rakal ordered me to fire.
No, she didn't. Even she was surprised.
Oh, man. Under the bus.
It's clobbering time.
On this ship, I give the command to fire, Major. You have no right to
This gives me the right!
Ooh!
Do whatever you feel is necessary. In the meantime, we must protect ourselves. Engage the cloaking device.
Damn, she really just took over her ship?
And what are my orders now, Major?
Hold position and wait.
I just wonder when she's going to slip and say something wrong.
Yep.
She's doing pretty well so far. I would have messed up right away.
She's gonna say, when I was talking to Commander Data, I mean...
Sensors indicate no other ships within 3 light years.
Could this have been a hoax?
It's one possibility.
Never happened. Could this have been a hoax? But then how would you explain?
How do you explain the disappearance of Counselor Troy? Maybe she was real thick of that seminar. God, Worf, the hair is terrible.
Yeah, bro. Was that Mr. Mott? You need to have a word with him.
Would be risky to set a trap here, so close to Federation space.
Oh, he's got a braid.
Oh.
Ponytail Worf.
Oh, it's pretty long now, huh?
And on Romulus, you learn not to volunteer information. It's a hard habit to break.
Well, maybe now would be a good time to start.
Worf, the idea of a ponytail, it could look good, but just the way you have it set up there from the front is not very flattering.
Yeah, no. Hopefully this is like a Geordie's beer type situation, one and done.
18 people lost their lives.
Don't lecture me, Counselor. A number of people have died in order to carry out this
Yeah, they
mission.
literally killed their own person to put you in the place.
Yeah.
There is a Starfleet base on Draken 4. It is 2 days away at maximum warp. That's where we're going.
In a Romulan ship?
Yes. It's your job to order Tereth to proceed into Federation territory.
Do you really think this has a chance of succeeding?
You know what I just thought? What if Spock's not involved at all? And it's all just a lie?
Maybe. This is a Romulan episode. We have to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Your cowardice does not befit a Romulan soldier.
Damn.
But I think it is your kind, Major, that will be the death of us all.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even like they're just going into the neutral zone. Literally going into Federation space.
Course plotted, sir.
Oh, they're right there. I thought they were like, I guess it's her version of a ready room.
Activate view screen. Enlarge.
Oh shit. It all fucked up. Enterprise, wouldn't there be more?
It is not wise to challenge the Tal Shiar, Commander.
I will not let her tell me how to run my ship.
This has got to be the most time we've spent on any type of Romulan ship since TOS, the Enterprise incident.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We're not playing it your way anymore, Navek. I've been kidnapped, surgically altered, put in danger. You find a way to let the Enterprise track us, or I will go to Toreth and tell her I've discovered you're a traitor. I'll have you ejected into space. Is that clear, Sub-Commander?
She got bought into her own gimmick.
You gotta live it.
Are you getting squeamish now just because things are getting a little more dangerous?
All right.
Dude, get Troy her own command, bro. Get her own ship, dude. Riker won't take one. I'm sure she will.
Get this fucking clown.
Distortion is extremely weak. It appears to be moving slowly.
Guy in the back. I don't even know what this point is in this episode anymore.
If that system is not functioning perfectly or is damaged even slightly, it might show through the cloak as a magnetic disturbance of some kind.
Yeah, we know it's cloaked. I didn't particularly like this guy either, but it was just so funny because it was just so out of nowhere. Get this clown out of here. He was just sitting back there.
If they do have the ability to track us, they will move to avoid a collision. If they do, I will destroy them. Are you questioning my ability to command?
You are not fit to command. Step down.
I love how he's like, oh shit.
Step down, or I will have you removed.
I've created the monster.
Do you think anyone here will listen to you?
He's like, who the hell did I kidnap? Maybe she is Romulan.
You will not bear the punishment alone. Your families. All of them.
Ooh.
I am now commander of this ship. You will take orders from me and no one else. Remove Commander Tereth from her station.
Just pulled the Crimson Tide.
Commander, please
Knowing this guy,
step
he's
down.
gonna shoot her anyway.
Get them to lower their shields and then destroy them.
Big motherfucker.
But I think it was also a perspective thing.
Yeah.
But they are.
I am Major
Those
Rakal
ships
of
are
the Tal
large.
Shiar.
And none of them know this, right? Like,
Yeah,
none of them are in on this.
Jean-Luc Picard of the Enterprise.
But Picard knows how to play, though.
Yeah, I know. Just imagine their shock.
The freighter was fired upon by the former commander of this vessel. I have now taken control.
Ooh, threw Hunter on the bus.
Captain, we do not want to exaggerate this incident. You and I can discuss it calmly.
Also, with everything they've been through, he might not even be sure that it's Troy.
Yeah, true.
Mr. Worf, log on to Major Rakal, transport on my command.
Aye, sir.
Thank you.
What's she doing on that ship?
She needs our help to get back.
I'm surprised some dummy didn't go, Troy?
Their shields are dropping.
Activate forward disruptor array. Fire when ready.
Yes, Major. Firing.
Captain, they have fired on us. Shields up, standby phases, damage
It's
report.
pretty far there.
They beamed the defectors over, okay.
Oh, it was all part of the plan.
Yeah.
It's Pro-Council Emret and his aides. They're part of the underground movement.
They're in stasis. Medical team, to the bridge.
Aye, sir.
Where's Deanna?
What the fuck was that?
Crusher's not in this episode, so this medical team, random person. I don't think Jordy's been in it either.
Oh, yeah.
Quickly, pilot. Locate transport coordinates. What have you done?
He just like give himself away? Like how stupid.
It's like we should have put her in the brig.
I see 2 traitors in our midst.
Oh! Oh! Beam her over.
Beam her.
We will soon know all that we need to know, and then we will execute you.
Mr. Worf, now!
Oh, he was Jordan.
Oh, they got her. Okay.
Are you all right?
Yes.
Oh, would have been nice to see their reaction to her being beamed away.
Yeah.
Ensign, get us out of here. Warp 9.
Aye, sir.
Oh.
How does it feel to have your own face back?
Beverly is here.
I just love how easily they can do plastic surgery in the future. No recovery time.
Thanks to the 2 of you, the way has been paved for further rescue operations. Nevek's efforts and his sacrifice were not in vain.
Oh, good guy Nevek. Made a hero. Oh.
Can I see the remote? Yeah.
Sorry. Well, we just watched Face of the Enemy, and now it's time to talk about it. But first, we're going to start with our whiteboards. Maybe we'll have a hot take.
Ah, hot take. Speaking of hot takes, isn't it funny that some people who are fans of Star Trek, who, it's a show about different ideologies, thought processes, opinions, and people come together and all get along together, are the first ones to bash people and call people stupid for having a different opinion than them? I don't know, I just find it kind of funny and interesting when, you're a fan of an optimistic future, but you're the first person to put people down. I don't know.
Have you been reading the YouTube comments again?
Anyway, with the whiteboards, I believe in Troy supremacy.
Nice. Mine was somewhat similar. I put Based Troy yet again.
Hell yeah.
I gotta say, man, we already said that Troy was the most improved character last season of the show, but that has just continued to the point where I'm not gonna say she's my favorite character necessarily, but she's really one of my favorites for sure. I mean, complete night and day, more so than any other character in the show.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad the show has given her the reins once again in this one, directed by Gabriel Beaumont. Beaumont? Anyway, who also did Imaginary Friend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she did it.
She's been up and down with the ones she's done, right?
She's done some other good ones. I just can't remember them right now.
I think she did the one where Beverly gets kidnapped by the terrorist.
Yes, Disaster. Pretty sure she did Disaster, yeah. Anyway, this one just throws you right in, and I am all about it. Troy does her best in these horrible situations. I mean, she was kidnapped. She was at some seminar, gets kidnapped, and has to help continue what has already happened in unification, which is interesting. We had a little Spock mention. And she has to act as this member of the Tal Shiar, just this Romulan police force or whatever. Just no choice, just kidnapped, vapor sprayed or whatever. And we really get to see her shine through, work on the fly, and really embody this personality and character. And it's so much better than Troy Must Suffer.
Yeah, true. My favorite part about the episode and about Troy's role in it was how she had to buy into the gimmick. And she really had to full force believe that she's this Romulan character in order to be successful, because she didn't volunteer for this whole plan, and she didn't know what was going on, and she realizes, I have to become this Romulan in order for this to work, to the point where even the guy she's working with, she has to start giving him orders and treating him like she really is the Romulan person in charge. And I loved all of those kind of breakout moments with her when she would give those harsh orders or speeches throughout the episode. And I don't think this is one that's, one of my favorites or anything. It does kind of serve the same role as a lot of episodes where I'm like, wow, this is really good. I really enjoyed it. It just didn't really hit a super high level. It's not what I'm going to think about for a long time. It was just like, wow, they did something different, and it was a very enjoyable one.
Yeah, they gave Troy something to do. In fact, I looked up, this is, I think, Marina Sirtis' favorite episode.
Oh, it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she really got to come through on this one. And different kind of stakes. Stakes were high. I mean, 18 people were just murdered just like that. That's how you do stakes in these TV shows. I wasn't worried that Deanna was going to die. Or that Nevek, he died too. That Romulan vaporizer was nuts. And it got heavy Inglourious Bastards type vibes at the dinner scene. And I mean, she had to have dinner with these people, and she had the right mindset. I'm just going to go back to my quarters. It'd be a lot better. So, and the Vec's like, no, you should have dinner with us. It's customs. It's formal. Like, okay. You think the Vec would have like filled her in? I'm like, okay, these are the dishes.
Yeah.
These are the types of academies we have. I mean, granted, there's no time here, but like, I felt stress. I love the stress I felt watching that scene when we did it. And oh my God, and luckily, I mean, and unfortunately, she's not a full Betazoid, and she only has half, so she has, just like a regular person, just fucking wing it off her ass. And thank God she did so well, because I would have folded.
Okay, yeah, so Carolyn Seymour was the Romulan from Contagion. I wasn't sure if she was or not back in season 2. She also was in First Contact back in season 4 in that episode as well, Marissa Yale. So she is not quite a regular, but a recurring guest actor playing different roles each time.
Scott McDonald was Tosk in Captain Pursuit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So he literally just acted in DS9 and then hopped back over to TNG.
Yeah, holy shit. But no, that was his one role in TNG. But I think he...
You recognize him from DS9 under all that makeup.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, that's great. And yeah, I really liked the Romulan commander that was questioning Troy. You brought up the dinner scene. I've said before, I personally, when it comes to cringe, a lot of people don't like watching it because it makes them uncomfortable.
I love it.
I love it, but this specific kind, I've talked about before when we watched the finale of TOS. Whenever there's like an imposter, Kirk was switched out in that episode, someone took over his body. I always have like a problem with, the plot armor of it, of like, okay, you asked him like one or two questions. Like when there's a character who's suspicious of somebody being an imposter, it's like they ask him like one or two questions and the person kind of just works their way around it and they just go, okay, and like move on. And I always kind of have for some reason, bother of like, okay, just ask him like 3 or 4 questions. You're going to get them. And like as soon as you get him on something, it's over. And so that's always been something with these exact type of plots. You brought up Inglourious Bastards. I think there's obviously well done versions of it. Mm-hmm. Nothing happened here to where it like made it a problem where I was like, oh, this is so fake, so plot armor for her not to be caught. But it did dance on that line where I was like, I liked it and I enjoyed it. It gave me that cringe factor, but it was kind of like, all right, how much am I willing to believe this Romulan commander will just stop questioning Deanna because she's supposedly above her? Like, I get that Romulans are like, oh, you gotta, they're very much like, you gotta listen, no questioning, so I get that, but it was dancing that fine line for me of believability, so I'm glad they didn't push it too far.
Yeah, I mean, granted, she wasn't suspecting an imposter, she was just genuinely asking questions. I think she doesn't like the Tal Shiar so much, and she's the commander of this ship, and this Tal Shiar coming aboard and throwing orders around. I think she was trying to make genuine conversation, but as it went on, she figured out there was an imposter.
Yeah, I think when Deanna didn't eat the food is when she started to be like, huh. And then she started asking her like, oh, who did you learn under? Did you do this or this? And I was like, okay, I think she's starting to catch on. And then Deanna had to like cut her off.
Do you think so? Because Deanna reacted very well. It's like, oh, I've had better blah, blah, blah on prison ships. So I don't think she was that suspicious.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything Troy did necessarily bad. It's just in that situation, she's so out of her depth, that it's like, it would be really difficult for anybody in that situation to be able to convincingly be a Romulan, so that's why, like I said, I don't think they did it poorly. It's just something for me I always look out for, and I thought they did an okay job dancing the line. I'm just glad it did not get pushed into ridiculousness. I'm glad that it stayed within. It was kind of just that dinner scene, and then eventually, obviously, she does get revealed towards the end. So, very interesting. I did think everything on the Enterprise was kind of, it was fine. Nothing about it. I mean, you had the guy coming on with the Romulan haircut, I guess a traitor, but now he's coming back after 20 years. It was all fine. I did like how Riker was so opposed to him, knowing he's a traitor, and him coming back, and even when the guy's like, I have to talk to Captain Picard, he's like, he's a busy man, like being against him. I like that.
Yeah, Riker was like, get that uniform off as soon as you can. I'm like, whoa, okay, Riker, coming in hot. Here's a fun fact, really. I'm sure someone might have commented this, but I looked at IMDb really quick to fresh me up on the episode, because it's been a while since we watched it.
Oh, yeah, different clothes, yeah. It's been a few days.
I watched it at working on the treadmill today. When Picard first greets this guy with the terrible haircut, the guy with the terrible haircut says commander instead of captain, because apparently on a Romulan ship, the commander is the highest. So, I stole your comment from you. If that's in your patron take, sorry.
They would have already commented by that point. Because
Exactly, but I'm not going to
we're
read
deep
it.
in the discussion, so they've already commented.
But I'm saying it's not going to get read.
Oh, in the patron take.
Yeah,
oh.
in patron take, yeah.
No, yeah. I was saying, like, if it's someone watching the video right now, like, as soon as we were in our reaction, like, they paused it and commented that. Not even waiting to see if we say anything.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, what did you think about the whole B-plot on the Enterprise?
It was fine. It was a way to tie it together, to have it make sense, just to have it all come together at the end. Nothing really exciting per se, or I wonder what's going on back on the Enterprise, because I didn't really care about that guy too much. I mean, I enjoyed hearing about Spock, and he's like, well, I didn't exactly hear from Spock. I heard it from my friend who talked to Spock.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, okay, buddy.
Yeah.
But he did have the key word of the cowboy diplomacy to let you know it did come from Spock. Some form of it did come from Spock.
That's true. Very true. And then also a little, I guess, Romulan tidbit. He didn't tell them straight up that it should be within 15 light years, and he said, "Oh, it's common nature to not give as little information as possible when you're, a Romulan." It's like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, the writing was from Naran Shankar, the Expanse showrunner,
and Renee, right? Renee Eckert. He was
on there as well, and I thought that the writing was definitely, I would say the writing and then Marina Sirtis' performance were definitely the two strengths. Although I did really like the direction in the opening hook. When it opens up into darkness and Troy laying on the bed, we both recognize her right away from her voice. But the way she stands up and is still shaded and then looks into the mirror to reveal it, it was a really great hook.
Yeah, it was good. Quick, easy, to the point. How about Worf's ponytail?
Yeah, not the best. I mean, once I knew it was a ponytail, I was like, oh, okay, you're rocking a ponytail. At first, it just looked like a terrible haircut.
I don't know. I kind of like the lion's mane he has. That's a very warrior-esque thing to have, and this ponytail just feels very, what's up, man? I'm on the Enterprise.
Hippie Worf.
Yeah, hippie Worf. I like the, strong, bold look. Like, why should I hide my hair? I'm a warrior.
Yeah, it is interesting. I wonder when we go back to the next episode if it'll still be like that, or if it is, maybe they kind of work with it.
Make it look a little better.
Yeah.
Once again, I just gotta commend the crew for all being smart. You think Diana is doing a seminar on some planet, and like you come across a Romulan warbird with this destroyed ship. It's like, oh, it's the Romulans. Put them on the screen. Just fucking Deanna, just dressed up as a Romulan, just everyone, poker face, just maybe like a slight little change in the face, like that's Deanna Troi, but nothing. But I figured someone, maybe some dumb ensign, is that Troy? But we're working with the best here, so everyone was able to hold it together. I love it.
I do think it was ironic, considering they literally just had something similar happen with Sela, where, she comes on the screen. I don't remember exactly when Picard first sees her, but she comes on and it's Tasha, but it's not Tasha.
Yeah.
So for this exact same thing to happen, it's kind of funny for it to be Troy and them to immediately be like, oh, it's Troy. I guess the difference there is Troy was supposed to just be gone somewhere as to where Tasha was dead. So you wouldn't really assume it's Tasha,
Right.
But yeah, I did find that funny in it being a Romulan both times, in both situations.
Yeah, and she's been a Romulan twice now, but a Mintakan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loved the makeup here too as well. Makeup was great and all that.
Yeah, pretty good. Good costumes.
Also at the end, it's part of the whole typical Star Trek, everything's fixed immediately. It's just, oh, we just gave you surgery and put your face back. Oh, okay. We can do that. It's the future.
Yeah, kind of resolved pretty quickly. I also heard that they originally had Beverly in Troy's spot this time, but they thought having Troy be an empath was a better pick.
I think it was.
Yeah, Beverly's already been captured. And more Troy stories.
And at this point, I love Gates McFadden, great actress. I kind of like Troy more when it comes to a character, and in terms of like, I'm sure the episode could have still worked, but I'm really glad that it was given to Troy and Marina Sirtis, because those like commanding scenes, of like her, something, I can't imagine Dr. Crusher doing that. It would have to be done a different way, I think. Unless she can really surprise me. Who knows?
Maybe there's some outtakes.
Some film footage of her doing it before. Do you think they got that far along?
Yeah, I don't know, because you've seen Cillian Murphy in the Batman mask from Batman Begins. I always thought that was interesting. I got heavy Andor vibes from this as well. This whole Seeds of the Rebellion of the Romulan. I wonder if this is going to like play into later other episodes because they're really pushing this unification storyline about the dissension. Is that the right word? From the Romulan Empire. So I'm wondering if it's going to turn into this big Vulcan Romulan skedaddle battle here, or just it's going to culminate in something else, or I might never hear about it again.
Yeah. Either way, yeah, it'll be very interesting. This one's from Paul O'Neill. Troy the Spy. This episode is freaking fire. Troy gets the spotlight. The Romulans are on point here, and Marina Sirtis steals the show. I love this episode. Easy S tier for me. Yeah, I think that praise is a little bit higher than I'm at, but I agree with all the individual points.
Mm-hmm. Darren Seal says, "Love this episode. It took 6 seasons, but they finally seem to take Troy seriously. Plus, we get another amazing Romulan commander. Torith is another of Trek's great characters for me. Yeah, she was great."
Yeah, and it is interesting. You said it took 6 seasons. We had said she was most improved last season. I think last season is when, as much as season 5 wasn't really my favorite, she really got to, start getting some opportunities, and I just felt like it has been continuing into this one. Is this your favorite Troy episode thus far?
I really like Disaster. I like this as well. But, like we said, we didn't really feel much during this. Didn't have really a visceral reaction per se. It's just a nice Troy moment.
Yeah, Disaster is definitely the better episode in my opinion. It's not as Troy focused. It's Captain Troy's storyline, but there's 5 storylines going on.
Mm-hmm.
So that I do, there is that. I really liked Masterpiece Society last season. So there's definitely a few more up there competing with it for me, but I even liked Man of the People in a guilty pleasure kind of way earlier this season with her getting possessed or whatever. Or not possessed, but I don't know, however you would describe that. But
got the emotions.
Bab. They accidentally let future Matrix composer Don Davis sneak in a fantastic score. How much has the show been missing Ron Jones? I forgot to bring that up. Absolutely. This one actually did have a great score that really enhanced the episode. And after so many silent episodes recently, I thought it really helped.
Yeah, there was a lot of low flutes in the background whenever they were on the Romulan ship. It really set that different tone and mood.
I thought it might have just been because they were making the show and they were like, well, this episode's on a Romulan ship. We have to make it different than the Enterprise. And they purposely make the Enterprise quiet or something. But seeing that it's a different composer coming in, it's like, nothing against... Well, I was going to say nothing against the usual composer, but no, I do have something against him. because they bring in this guest one and it's much better.
Yeah, this is worse than Def Rebel doing all the WWE theme songs. David Clamage says, "Troy did a much better job pretending to be a Romulan than Picard and Data, and she had no time to prep for it." That's right. Picard and Data didn't act like a Romulan at all, did they? They just talked the same way they did.
I mean, I don't really blame Data, but yeah, Picard wasn't great. Also, Troy actually got to do stuff as a Romulan, not just walk up and down corridors.
Yeah, they weren't really given a chance to do any acting. It was just a disguise. All their conversations were with people who knew what was going on.
Yeah. Gavin Scott really likes this one. He says, "It's in the top 5 of the entire show for me. Sirtis nails this performance so brilliantly, it's redefined her character for the remainder of the series. The dazzling performance by Seymour as Commander Torith and the brilliant score make this a go-to episode for rewatch for me. Why did you destroy that vessel? And I'll have you ejected into space or dynamite moments." Yeah, again, I'm not quite that high on it, but I could definitely see this one as a fun rewatch or one I look forward to if I'm rewatching the show for sure.
Colin Meaney says, "The writers toyed with the idea of it being Spock in one of those containers. Ultimately, they went another direction. One weakness of the episode is Deceivi, the blonde-haired guy. I just don't feel like this guy ever lived with Romulans. Just too weak. Always bring... not such an idiot. A, for always bringing an empath to a phaser fight." Yeah, I mean, it got to the point where I saw that guy in the screen in Troy's chair. I'm like, get this fucking clown out of here.
I laughed so hard. That it was so funny because I didn't know up to that point. I didn't get any sense that you didn't like him. I thought he was just whatever. So when you said that, I didn't even know what you were talking about at first. That was so funny.
But is that the first person ever defect to the Romulan side?
I guess. I mean, it was such an odd thing to throw into this episode. I get it, but it's why?
How can we tie these two things together without having to bring Spock back?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, and I'm glad it wasn't Spock.
Oh, yeah, not for this one.
Let Troy have her moment, first of all. We don't need it to be like WrestleMania 27, The Rock coming in, taking the Miz's moment, And, yeah, that's interesting. We can end on this one. Mordok Vape Lord, general question about season 6. How are you guys finding it? Another consistent, good episode. I've always been surprised at how people say that you can feel the show start to decline in season 6. What do you think about season so far? Little over halfway through.
That's crazy that we're more than halfway through. Let me just pull.
You'll pull up the episodes? Okay, I'll go first. I will say I've been loving this season. Big misstep with Aquiel last episode, but really you take that one out and it's been almost all bangers or ones that I can at least have fun with. And it's been, rivaling season 4, possibly for my favorite. Now we got to see what happens in this back half, but if it ends up being at this level throughout the rest of the time, I think as a season it's been great.
Is it bad? I'm already thinking nostalgic for season 4. Like, oh, season 4, nothing's gonna. I'm getting that, oh man, remember season 4? Remember watching season 4?
Was great.
But as I'm going through these episodes, Realm of Fear, Relics, Schisms, Rascals, Fistful of Datas. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of bangers. The Chain of Command series. I don't think it's hit yet, Ship in a Bottle.
I loved episode 9 as well. Matter of Life with
quality of life. Yeah.
Oh yeah, quality of life with the exocomps.
Exocomps.
That
Yeah,
was a big one.
It's weird. Like the whole. I haven't fully formed an opinion on it yet, but
Yeah.
like looking through, I'm still in the ditto phase.
Yeah.
I'm still in the pink goo, like trying to formulate how I feel about it. But overall, after looking at all these, it's a solid fucking season.
Yeah, I think it's really, really good, especially that run that we've been on. Take out Aquiel. The rest of this run has been really great, so I hope it continues.
Yeah, I hope Deep Space Nine keeps them on their toes. Speaking of Deep Space Nine,
we're going there next.